Hello. It's about 2:15 in the morning here. So Tuesday morning. And oftentimes I listen to um Godless Engineer, and he does his Flat Earth Friday, and then he got Flatter Day and stuff. This Flat Earth stuff, when I first did my Flat Earth video, it's because I was honestly stunned. I did not know it was real. I thought it was just a rib. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was just a prank or a troll. Just I didn't know there was an actual movement. I mean, there's a movement. And you know what's it's kind of sad. It's kind of pathetic, actually. I'm gonna tell you why. Just hear me out. Because when I watched a few documentaries here and there. I've listened to people of the flat Earth here and there. Nothing I subscribe to. Nothing I really care to listen to. It's not like just go ahead and just go back to them. I'm like, I listened to this little bit and I'm done. But they have their reasons for it, and their reasons are because it sounds cool, because it gives them a chance to do stuff. It gives them a chance to be around other people and learn other things. Then you got others that keep trying experiments to disprove the earth is spherical. And they keep failing. And honestly, my mindset isn't about I was taught this, I believe this, or I am convinced of this. No, I'm like, it seems round for too many reasons. It's not, the earth isn't round because I feel that it's round. The earth isn't round because someone told me it's round. You can tell me anything. You can tell me that the earth is, is an octagon. It's not about what you tell me. It's about what I see. It's a lot of reasons I have, and it's not going to be because these many people said it, so I have to, or this person is of a high authority and well respected, so I just trust. It don't work that way. Nobody should work that way. You should have some evidence, something you can follow on, something you can observe, something you can witness, something you can experience, and not a feeling. Okay? Not a feeling. Just because I feel that there's hope for humanity doesn't mean there's hope for humanity. It's not like that. So I want to throw out something about this flat earth stuff real quick. Just over 600 years ago, the earth was believed to be flat. It was believed. Okay? Believed. But it wasn't just flat. No. The earth had four corners. It had four corners. And people backed it up by saying there's four elements. There's wind, water, fire, soil. Or as they would call it, earth or Gaia. So there's four elements. There's four corners. And that's it. I mean, that was it. And if you tried to do anything other, you were considered a heretic, commit heresy, blasphemy, you're godless, you're anti-Christ, you're anti-God, anything, you're a pariah. Okay. And that's how it was until one dude made a trip trying to find India and made an oval trip from one half of the planet to the other. That didn't prove the world was round, but it was like, you better shut up about it, though. Many people died proving the earth was round. And the reason they proved the earth was round was because they didn't go with feelings. They went with, let me figure this out. They look up, they look at the sky, they look at the way the sun rise and fall, but that's perspective, that the sun rises and then the sun falls. When the earth spins, the sun comes into view and then it goes out of view. Simple. It's perspective. So to these flat earthers, I'm trying to figure out how y'all gonna say the earth is a disc with a dome over it. Think about that. Because see, if you were around 600 years ago and you said, look, the earth is actually round, but it's flat. They slap you up, put you in prison and chains until you change your mind. So who's right? People that believed it for maybe a few thousand years, maybe 10 or 20,000 years, or you who's been believing it for the past, 5, 10 years. Someone just keeps pushing this forward. But see, your model is flat. It's the shape of a coin with a dome on it. It's a snow globe. That's what it is. So now you've changed the original model of the flat earth. You've changed it. You know what happens when you change the model of something with no evidence of one or the other? You know what happens? It goes into the realm of belief, not fact. And if it's a belief, it can't be real until proven. And if you can never prove it, and if no one can ever prove it, then it has so far been proven to be not real. Yet, until someone can prove it. Until they can, it's not real or not believed to be real. Only a fool would believe something is real that can't be proven. Can't go on feelings. You got to go on fact. You have to. You can't look at space and say everything is round but us. That don't make sense. You can't say there's a middle earth and the earth is flat. There has to be at least some density, right? Just saying. I'm waiting on the moment where the earth is then, by these believers, it goes from square to a disc. I can't wait until it turns into its own little upheaval, its own little raised area, like the top hemisphere. You just cut off the top hemisphere of the earth. And that's what the shape will be. It'll be like a biosphere type of thing. And they're going to say that's what it is. That's why there's curvature. That's why the mountains are the way they are, because we're all floating on a disc. It's going to be like a sunny side up omelet, man. That's what we're going to look like. Sunny side up egg, my bad, not an omelet. I'm thinking about getting this Visine in my eyes. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for the flat earthers to say that now the earth is raised and everything moves around that, and there's a center, and that's why you can stand in Alaska and watch the sun for 6 months go roughly horizontal across the sky. That's what I'm waiting on. And they say, see, that's why it's like that. So you go anywhere else in the sun, well, it appears to go up and down, but the sun is really going around this quarter of a sphere. And that's what the moon is doing, and all this. And okay, then they got to explain why the sun and the moon can be seen at the same time on certain days, and then on certain days they're not seen at all together. And they'll probably say something like this, the moon rests roughly in the middle, and the sun goes around everything. And that's why everyone can see the moon almost at the same time, no matter what. And it's like, nope, because some see it, some don't. It switches. There's a night, there was like a week, no moon. Then there was a week, the moon's all in the air. And they'll say, well, okay, how's that? Well, I said air, but I mean, it's in space, in our atmosphere. So shit, it's in the air. Found out recently that the Earth's atmosphere extends past the moon. We can't breathe it. Not enough. Yeah, that sucks, man. There's air, but it's so spread out, you can't get enough to be viable of sustaining life. Sort of like water. There's air in the water, but there's so much water we can't breathe the air or enough air to sustain our life. We'll drown. Not enough air, and yet enough air, but too much water. And that's what I think is going on. It's just too much of one thing, flat, but no proof, no evidence, and no care. I think that's what sucks. And if you are a flat earther, I'm not asking you to prove anything to me, because I don't care for you to, because there's some things I'm just not listening to, because there's no way everything can be round but us. There's no way our moon can be round, but we're not. The sun is round, but we're not. All these planets are round, but we're not. That is so daytime here and nighttime in Australia. In Australia, it can be daytime and it's nighttime here. So, yeah, you have to explain that to me. There's no way you could explain it anyway, because you're just going on where you are, not where someone else is. Therefore, you have no, perspective. You have poor perception of your perspective. And that's not cool. You just sit down, think, tear yourself away from every other flat earther and wonder, are you still a flat earther because you're afraid of what others will say and all the friends you'll lose because you decide to stop being a flat earther? You don't have to be some believer of the globe, but you don't have to be a flat earther either. You can just be stuck in the middle and say it doesn't matter because at the end, when I'm dead, it didn't matter because there's too many other things to worry about. So I'm just going to get out of here. This is Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. It's not what you think, but why you think it. Thank you for listening.